Coffee stains and in my chains. I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode, 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 LeetCode, beast mode. This is not a main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and in my chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode, 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 LeetCode, beast mode.
LeetCode beast mode. Chat, what's up? It's been a while. Just woke up. So, you know what time it is? Time to grind. Let me fix up my screen real quick. Addy, what's up? It's time to grind. We ready today. Let me fix my background. There you go. 3 out of 4 today. Congrats, man. I didn't do the contest, but I'm about to get it. What's your rating now? Free Music Ninja. Let me just drink my protein. 4 out of 4. Let's go. Aziz is turning up. Damn, should I have done the contest? Was it hard? Was it easy? What's the consensus? 1850? Nice. I'm coming up. Congrats, man. W's in the chat.
This is not a main thing, really I'm a coder.
Yeah, bit manipulation. I saw somebody like taking a look at it, but let me just do a speed run and see where we get to. Eagerly waiting for you to follow up my email. Got you, man. Maybe tomorrow. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. What's your background? Did everyone here do the contest? What's everyone been up to the whole week? Any updates? Anything good happen? Anybody land any new jobs? Been a while since I've been on here. Want to get the low. Did live stop for a sec? I don't know. Dude, my Wi-Fi is always tweaking. Trying to figure out new skills in the age of AI? 100%. So, is everyone here in school? Let me start a poll. Let's see what's everyone up to. About to graduate. Need to level up my skills. Let's see. Years of experience is YOE is years of experience. Where's everyone based? Where's everyone based? That's crazy. You're just in high school and you're doing LeetCode already. Congrats, man. You have a bright future ahead. Just keep grinding it out. What am I learning on focus? I'm like at work, I'm focusing a lot on AI stuff, like building out AI agents and using AI to automate a lot of the things that I do just to be more productive. It's my main focus. Outside of work, just more AI stuff, just leveraging AI to build some side projects. And then I also want to make sure that I'm still sharp at actual coding. That's why I'm doing like code forces and LeetCode. I still want to keep my brain sharp and not just rely on these tools, but honestly, lots of random stuff. The new skill we need to learn these days, I mean, you have to know how the AI works and how to use it. I work at out of Menlo Park. Are they laying off? Every companies are always laying off, man. It's not my main thing this year is I'm just trying to literally save all my money, every single paycheck, every bonus, every stock vest, just so I don't have to rely on a job anymore. I think by the end of the year, I could just focus on my own stuff. But I like working though. I like the job. Is it aren't they requiring you to use more AI in tracking your usage? Yeah, like AI is being pushed up and down the whole company, and I think it's a good strategy. I'm bullish on AI myself. Responsible use of AI. I don't want people just straight vibe coding stuff, but like I think it's a good move to push people to use the product because otherwise some people don't really they require a little push in order to get started on something sometimes. So you just gotta encourage that behavior and then everyone will get into it. What's everyone's thoughts on AI? Everyone enjoying it? Invest in silver. Okay, I have a gold chain that I might melt and just sell for gold because the price is high. What's the gold price right now? If AI doesn't exist, you'd be a better programmer. Why would you be a better programmer if AI didn't exist? I feel like with AI, I'm able to just work on so many projects that I wouldn't have got to at all. Well, I didn't do the contest yet, but I'm about to do it. So many things that I'm like testing out on the side, I would never have got to if there was an AI. Would force me to do a lot myself and look it up, struggle a lot more than man. Like thinking back, I've been a professional since before AI even existed, and just looking back at some of the projects I had to do, so tedious and so it's just like so repetitive sometimes. Some of the code, so I feel like this removes a lot of the repetitive code, and then like if you've already done something once, you just pass the AI the PR, and it could kind of and just like shape it to the certain use case, and it will just write it up, and then you just focus on stuff that you've never known before, so you get way more breadth than like I don't know, it gets so repetitive sometimes working corporate. Get focused on deeper stuff, honestly. I didn't solve any because I didn't do the contest. Bro, man, LeetCode is so annoying with that. We gotta make our own platform. But like last weekly contest, I got an AK. Royalty free music. Where are you from? Where are you based? minimum basic pay from government. Honestly, I'm fine with that. It really depends. I would just say people should just the one thing that people should just still be productive with their time and try to do good for the world, try to do good things, try to I don't know. The main thing is if when you give people money and they if they end up just like doing the randomest stuff with it, you know what I mean? Sounds good. Hopefully I could even actually solve any of these. Maybe I'll yeah, the bi-weeklies I'll just do them. I'll just try to do them live like this. Dude, I do a lot of questions live still. Like a bunch of my videos, like the Code Forces training, when I'm doing like the Code Forces training, I'm just doing questions live. But oh, but y'all want to see me do LeetCode, huh? Trust me, this channel is all about programming, engineering. Like we'll see where it evolves from like I'll be making videos for the next 10, 20 years. Let's see where software engineering goes, but at least we have a fundament at least we know how to code. I'm so happy that I at least know how to code because if I just started with AI, I don't know if I'd know how to code right now to be honest. I would just kind of rely on the AI. But I'm happy that I could just actually write the code and read it for myself right now. All right, let me just finish up my protein quick. This is my breakfast. I have a last Amazon round in 2 days. It's a leadership principles round. They say any tips? Okay, perfect. I don't have a streaming schedule, but usually mornings on Saturdays and Sundays, cause a lot of my viewers are like overseas in Europe and India, so I try to capture them as well. But my last Amazon round is in 2 days. It's a leadership principle rounds. So what I did is just first make sure you understand the leadership principles and what the most important leadership principle is. And I think it's still customer obsession. And then for each leadership principle, have stories that go towards the leadership principles because they're not going to ask you specifically about leadership principles, but they're going to ask you behavioral questions and you need to tie your answers to the leadership principles. So they'll be like, tell me a time that you went above and beyond for a customer. So they're kind of seeing what you are or like when you went above and beyond for a customer, but you need to tie it back to a leadership principle. So yeah, you have to answer in star format. Start with situation, task, then an action, and then result. So like a situation when you had to go above and beyond for a customer and show customer obsession. So think of some situations like that and then figure out the task that you had to do and then like the action that you used to solve it and then the result of it be like, oh, and then the customer was happy and that customer ended up generating us $1 million per year, something like that. But like what I did is I would just list out all the leadership principles, and for each leadership principle, I would have 2 to 3 stories in star format for every single leadership principle. But I would always also just focus on like the important leadership principle, like customer obsession, and like I don't remember them, but you should be good. Who here drinks protein? It tastes so bad. God damn, it's disgusting. How do you prepare for tomorrow's LeetCode contest? All right, yo, chat. Actually, yeah, I just dropped the video. I just dropped the video on this. Yo, chat. Everyone, go watch this video. What 30 days of competitive programming taught me, and let me know your thoughts. I think I finally realized the difference between LeetCode and poll. So most people are still in school in 1 to 4 years. So a lot of early people. So I dropped a video on what 30 days of programming taught me. And I think it's super insightful because I spent a lot of time actually thinking about the difference between competitive programming and leak coding from doing code forces. And I think code people in the chat should definitely try out code forces because it helps you think about problems in a completely different way than what you're used to at LeetCode. LeetCode will help you get the job, but if you're trying to become a better programmer, you're trying to have better thought process, you're trying to learn how to break ambiguous problems out down into like fundamental pieces and work up from first principles. I think Code Forces really forces you into that mode of thinking. I kind of explain it all in that video of what 30 days of programming taught me. Hopefully there's no ads. Hey everyone, drop a like, sub, let me know your thoughts on this. Okay, we're gonna get into this contest now. I got you, man. Latest drop. Everyone drop a like on the latest drop. What 30 days of programming taught me. All right, we're gonna get to it. I'm excited. Everyone's saying that. How would you say that the contest was compared to the other weeks? I didn't solve it. I didn't have time. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly grab some water, and then we're gonna start. Starting in 2 minutes. Starting in 2 minutes. Nah. Do code forces. I'm gonna start getting into @coder and code chef as well. How do you get good at LeetCode? Bro, I have a whole video on this. Here, I'll share the video. All right, we're ready. Let's grind. Let's get it. Let's lock in. Let's lock in, chat. Yeah, I'll refer you if you're good at if you're good. I've done it. I've got somebody like Alpha Code. I saw he was really good, and I referred him. He got an offer. He declined it for Apple, but got the offer. He's good. All right, let's lock in. Do y'all ever do virtual? I haven't tried those. Do y'all ever do virtual like join? Let's see. Time to lock in. I'm gonna put my chat. No hints. No hints. Yeah, no hints. Only if I get totally stuck. How's the audio? Audio's good. All right. All right. The pressure's on. Everyone's watching. All right. Let's get started. All right. Biweekly contest. Move here. Sorry, it looks hard. Just kidding. So you are given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and special characters. Your task is to perform these in order. Reverse the lowercase letters and place them back into the position originally occupied by letters. Reverse the special characters and place them back into the positions originally occupied by special characters, returning the result. What the hell? Okay, let me just parse this out. I'm gonna hide the chat because the chat's gonna get distracting. Hide the chat. Y'all can talk. Y'all could actually talk amongst yourself quick because I'm gonna hide the chat. So your task to reverse these in order. Reverse the lowercase letters and place them back into positions originally occupied by letters. Okay. Reverse the special characters. Okay, that makes sense. So so these are the lowercase letters, and then there's special characters in there. A, B, C, and then you reverse them to get that, and then you just place them back. And then you take the special characters, and then you reverse them. Okay. So, okay, we're only given, okay, this is easy. Just figure out the, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly loop through, find the indices of, what we can do is, since we want to reverse them, maybe go backwards. Let's go backwards. No. Okay, let's literally just like pull out the alphas and the specials and reverse it. We have to be fast. There's no point in just like in being fancy here. Oh, but we need to know. We need to keep track of the index. Yeah, we need to keep track. Yeah, we need to keep track of the index as well. Okay, so if we have, so suppose we know E, B, and C and their index. What we can do is we could just keep track of their indices and then just swap them. So we know E is at 0. Like we'll just keep track of these indices, and then we'll do like a 2-pointer, one starting at the left and right to like reverse the indices. And then when we loop through alphas and specials, so we're gonna have to keep track of the index. Let's see if this is alpha even works. Uh, you're allowed to look at the documentations. I'm pretty sure. I thought. Yeah, dude, I called that. Oh, sorry. All right. Yo, what's up? So okay, we pull out the specials. Print. Now we have to reverse. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to swap the index because this is 8 and this is 1. So we're gonna index. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this index should be 8, this index should be 6, this index should be 5, and then the same with that. So this index should be 0, should be 1. This index should be, B should be 2. Okay. So what we're going to do is equals array left. So what we're going to do is array at left equals array at left 0. Something like that. I don't know if I'm overcomplicating it, but this is the first thing that came to my head. Okay. Oh my god. Do something for specials. Holy, that took me way too long. All right. Let's get to the serious questions. You're given a positive integer array nums. For a positive integer k, define non-positive nums k as the minimum number of operations needed to make every element of nums non-positive in one operation. God. Positive, okay, positive integers. For a given positive k, define non-positive nums of k as the minimum number of operations needed to make every element of nums non-positive. In one operation, you can choose an index I and reduce nums I by k. Return an integer denoting the minimum value of k such that non-positive... Okay. Okay, let's look at the example. Goal. Make every element non-positive. Let's start this timer actually. Let's go with this. So for a positive integer k, as a minimum number, k is equal minimum to make every element non-positive. Okay. Goal, make every element non-positive. In one operation, choose an index and reduce by k. Okay, I think we just need to figure out a k that can... Return an integer denoting the minimum value of k such that non-positive... Okay, what's this? I need to just like reread it sometimes. Min number of ops. Okay. So actually... Okay, let's look at the... So we're given... non-positive. So we have 3. Okay, yeah, reduce... 3 is this. Nums 1 takes 3 times. Nums 2 takes 3 times. That's equals to 6. Okay. So we choose a random k. and that equals to 6. Return, that part makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out this part. Return an integer denoting the minimum value of k. Okay. Such that if we do non-positive, so that the result is less than equal to k, the power of 2. What? So yeah, k is 3. Man, I'm thinking like we can just try for random k's. Let's see how it behaves with different k's. So let's say k equals to 3. If k equals to 3, it will go down in 6. Why did they add this k? If k equals 2, this is less than. Okay, let's start with 3, 7, 5. If k equals 2, what's the answer here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Equals 10. Less than equal k. So the lower you go, it takes, obviously the lower k you choose, the higher. Did it lag out? So the lower k you choose, the more operations. Okay, that's, so if like, so if we have k here, and then we have ops, as we increase lower k, the operations is going to increase. And we need to keep k less than, we want to keep ops less than k. We want to keep the ops less than k multiplied by 2. So like I'm thinking of like some binary search here, because we could just pick a k. We can pick a k and then see what that value is, and then either go choose a smaller k or a higher k depending on what it is. So if I choose a k and we get some result, and that res is less than ops, or that res is less than k2, store the operations. If the k we get, we choose some k in the result, is greater than k to the power 2, number of operations. I think we have to increase the k, because when we increase the k, we'll get less ops. Okay, wait, no, as we increase k, yeah, the ops. This is ops. As we increase k, the ops go down here. So if we choose some random k here, and the ops is greater than k, because what we're doing is we're trying to see, we should try ops is less than ops is less than k times 2. Oh no, okay, this is the reverse actually. So it goes like this. Actually, lower k causes more ops. This is less ops. So if we choose a random k here, and the number of ops is greater than k times 2, we're going to have to look to the right. If greater than, if it's less than, as in, we could try to make it smaller. Okay. Yeah, we'll do like a binary search. On the value. If yeah, something like that. So what we're going to do is Alpha, what's up? I just seen you on the thing. Keith, KB in the building. Yeah, I'm just trying out this contest. Oh, this question is already getting hard. Okay, but I think if it's I'm trying not to look at the chat because I'm trying to see how I would actually place in this contest because I woke up late. I couldn't join it. So I think we just need to choose a random K. What could K be? K could probably be like the maximum. It could be like 1 or the maximum. So low and high. Low would probably be like reduced by 1. Or like the reduced by the max of nums. So it equals low plus high minus low. This kind of try hard to do this like this in Python because you could just divide by 2, but it equals this is the K. If K is greater, or this is the K, right? Then we need to be able to calculate the K. We just need to take the divide, like the be able to divide it and take the ceiling. Because it's like, if it's 5. Oh shoot, did I submit? No way. I accidentally submitted. It's all good. It's not during the contest. I accidentally clicked submit. 5 divided by 2 equals like 2.5. Yeah, we just need to take the ceiling. Divided by k. Opt equals, we're gonna take the self dot ops equals num ops of array nums at a specific k if the ops is less than k to the power of 2. We're gonna do right equals mid minus 1, else left, or oh, this is an easy one, I think. Low equals mid. Okay. Result and okay. Off by 1. Oh. Low high. Okay, reduce one time. Let's see. What? Okay. So I have to change up the condition. Damn. Okay, almost all the test cases passed. Oh shoot, no, that's dumb. Messed up there. Okay, let's debug the 1-1 case. Let's just debug the 1-1 case. Why is it not even getting in here? For k equals 1, num ops is equal to 2. Print ops Alright, what next? What? What's the expected is 2? Do I even get to 2? Let's see. Why do I just start at k equals 1? Why do I keep starting at k equals 1? Oh, sorry. That's dumb. There you go. I'm not choosing my high properly. Let me just do it. I'll just do 2. Why would it be 2? Oh, it's a power of 1 type thing. That's so dumb. Yeah, this would have folded me in the like the contest because it's let's go. Holy. The high is not holy. Okay. Bitwise question. Chat, how long have we 30 minutes for the first 2? All right, who actually solved this? You just who actually solved this question? The first 2 questions not too terrible, but we're going to get to longest strictly increasing subsequence. Okay. Yeah. Like that high was tweaking. That would have costed me like 15 extra, or since I had 2 failed submissions on that last one, that would have dropped my contest rating. What? This kind of seems easy. What's the constraints? 10 to, so the constraint 10 to the power of 5. What if we just, what does these look like? So 5 in binary equals like 1, 2 to the power of 2, something like this. So wait, let me just make sure I have my binary right. This is 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2. So this is equals 1, 2, 4, 8. So, or what does it do there? We'll go 0, or we'll go 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So if I want to get, yeah, this 2 to, this is 5, 4 is this, 7 is pretty much this. I don't even know if it even matters yet. But what if we just kind of do like we loop through 5, and then we see what sequence we can increase. We can increase. Like add a specific number, look for a sequence we can increase. So 5, we can't increase anything, but we can, yeah, we can add ourselves in there. So that would be like 1, 0, 1, length of 1. What if we get 4? We could try bitwising ourselves with all the elements in here. It'd be like an n squared. Bitwise the ones with, but then like maybe we could optimize it by just counting, like looking for the bits that I have active and try to extend those. Like we can optimize by looking for bits I have active and optimizing for those. So like what we can do is we can say we have the third bit. If we have the third bit or the 1 bit active, you'll get an increase of 1. And then you could try to extend ones that have a certain bit active. And then you would just need to look at your bits. Yeah. That might be more optimal. Like I would just look at my bits and I would just say I have 4, like bit number 3 active. And then from, if I have bit number 3 active, I just check, can I extend any of one? And if I could extend it, then I'll just increment. And I'll move from left to right. Or I can literally just like loop through all of the hands that we've seen before and try to extend it. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. Chat, what are you thinking? Should we count the bits and then store a hash map of like active bits? To length. And then we try to extend those active bit lengths. Something like that. So if I have a 7, right? 7 has bit 1, 1 there. I could extend anything that has a bit 1. I could extend any sequence whose bit is set to 1. I could extend any sequence whose second bit is set to 1, and any sequence whose third bit is set to 1, or like 0th bit is set to 1. And then this will essentially just be like max the size of the bits. Or we're maybe overcomplicating it. We could just like move from left to right and just look for all things that we can add in the hash map. Like we go 7 and then we see what's in the hash map. That's like a optimized approach 1 that I think would probably work. One other one is we could just move from 5, 4, 7 like this. And then just throw in the hash map 5. Then we could take 4, mod 5, 4. Equal to 1, 0. Or we'll say 1, 0, 1 is equal to 1. 4, we get 1, 0, 0. Equal to 1. Then we get 7. Then we add 7 here, equal to 1. But then what we're going to do is, if it's not in there, we're going to check for each element in the binary. Or we're going to check, this is not 1. So we could extend this and we'll get 1, 0, 1. And that will increase 1, 0, 1 to 2. Or we could take 1, 1, 1 and extend this to 2 as well. Wait, that equals 2. Yeah, I think we could just like, we could just either go bit by bit or just add them. Maybe we could just try adding them for now because it's simple. Scene masks. Yo, tens, what's up? It's going decent. I mostly just been grinding on work this week, so I haven't really been focused on LeetCode, but how about you? For nums and nums, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this easy case right here. What we're gonna do is for mask in +1. Nah, not the contest. The contest isn't happening, but I'm just doing the one that happened this morning for mass. You do resume maybe later. I'm doing a after the contest. I can take a look because focus on the contest. Scene masks for number. Wait. This might not work. Because what if we replace a number? It's gonna work. But then we see 4. What? Okay. Yo, Ramen, what's up? I want to work in binaries. I want to work in binaries, man. How'd we get 3? Oh my god, I read the question wrong. Holy. Really? Yeah, I'm trying to get this to work. You get to 3. Six zero. Oh, we just need to store the last element. Yo, Paul, what's up? We're getting close. What? I've only finished the first two. Freaking this dude, my Wi-Fi is so annoying. This one's harder. Is it hard? Yeah, just do contests, man. Let's see what you can get your rating up to. Time left 30 minutes. I'm getting cooked. Wait. I'm trying to extend by n. Oh shoot. Bro, no hints, no hints. No problem. 6. Yo, we should try to extend this. Jeez, sneezed. What? How does it get back? Oh. This is actually crazy. Need to get my Wi-Fi checked. Alpha, did you approach it similar to me or not? I kind of read the question wrong, bro, to be honest. Dude, this is so cooked. My Wi-Fi, it's just getting reported. They're trying to keep upping on me too. No, I'm not really doing bit mass. I'm just anding. I came up with a couple approaches. Like one of the approaches was like try to extend any like if you have a one, if you have like a specific one, and alpha, like I saw your comment. I don't think anybody who is actually good at Code Force has actually struggled. Like they might have took like 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes on like or rotting oranges, but then they still when I gave them the hard, they still bodied it in like less than 10 minutes. There's when there's like LeetCode specific ones, they'll take a little extra time. Like I remember I asked them like one of the ones where you have to like just swap like one of the Code Forces Grandmaster, they just have to like swap one of the elements to optimize it, and he came up with like some crazy approach. But I think in general their problem solving skills are like a little bit more thought out. No way. He's trolling, man. Some people just say they do all that stuff, but yo, Alpha, so I had a couple approaches here. One of the approaches was like we look for what bits we have set, and we try to extend any sequence where that bit is set, and we just keep track of like bit set and the sequence. So if there's like we can kind of initialize a hash map, I guess, of like 2 to the power or like all the different powers of 2, and then like for each bit, like we can try to just extend each bit based on the bits that we have for our number. That's one approach, but I didn't decide to go that way because I couldn't implement. Like I didn't. No, I wouldn't verify it. I would just ask them and then. But then you also have to check that like the element is greater. You like I'm also tracking the last number. I'm also tracking the last number of each sequence and then trying to only extend if my number is greater than that last bit. But I guess if we're looking for our bit, look at this one. We know we're greater than anything we've already seen where this bit is set as 1. On my TLE. Shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna able. I need to reapproach this problem. All right, let me grab some more water. I need to reapproach this. Why is Q4 better? I'll look at Q4. Damn. Nah, people just probably look at the answer after. Bro, that honestly, that's the one thing with the bi-weeklies. I feel like there's way more cheaters. That's why I don't really do the bi-weeklies as much. I just when I do the weeklies and then the bi-weeklies, like my rating is usually I get like way better on the weeklies. No, I'm not doing any DP. I need to reapproach this problem. Yeah, that would have been my performance chat. I would have folded. I would have only gotten the first two questions off this one. TLE. All right. Optimal LIS. What's LIS? Oh yeah. Okay. Let me take a quick break and then we're gonna try to upsolve. So I think in this contest I would have only got 2 out of 4. I'm gonna try to upsolve. Let's try to upsolve. Honestly, yeah, then we'll try to upsolve this question and the fourth question. Right back. Let me. Yeah, way more cheaters in the on the weekly. Let me take a quick break. I got folded 2 out of 4. I'm happy I got 2 out of 4 at least though. This has crazy rating. This question right here. Yeah. I'm gonna need help with it in a second. I'm gonna need chats, all the powers from the chat just to get this done. I got folded. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really into the dailies. I'm not really into the dailies. I don't know, I just never been into the dailies for some reason. I know a lot of people are, but lots of people love dailies. I never got into it. I don't know. I just like contests more for some reason. Alpha, why don't you just do today's weekly contest? Your rating might jump up to 2,000 in like one contest. Like if you just AK the first thing, you'll probably get to like 2,000 rating in just one contest and just call it. That'd be so funny. Yeah. Alpha pumping out. Alpha, anybody good? Alpha pumping out the mocks. Everyone go follow Alpha Code. Guys, man's going up and up. You got more mocks coming? Yeah, system design would be nice. I'm gonna shift to those two, honestly. Nah, you're gonna get those. Alpha, did they have to ask you system design at Apple or not? Yo, me and Alpha are gonna put somebody through a full loop. We're gonna He's gonna ask them the leak code. I will put up through system design. We'll get like Paul to put him through behavioral. It'd be funny. So or we'll get Patrick to put him through a behavioral because he'll ask the funniest questions. All right. So what's the intuition here? Was I going the right track or not? Yeah. Patrick behavioral would be so funny. We'll put a candidate through a full loop. Can you suggest the path? All right. I'll send you my video on how to get good at leak code. Okay. Let me look at alphas. Turn this Rust code into Python. Oh, you're binary searching? Bro, the more I use AI tools, the less confident I become in my skills, to be honest. Does anyone also feel like me? I don't know. For me, every when I use AI tools and I can pump out code faster, I feel like a god. AI gives me AI gives me a high, man. AI gives me a high. Why does it make you feel dumb? Is it because you don't know what the AI is gonna do, and then you see it make the code, and you're like, oh, I would have not done that? Yo, Arthar, go follow Alpha Code on YouTube, man. If you don't already. In, where the index bit is set. Yeah, low key. Sometimes I'm like, I just highlight it. I'm like, change that code, change that code. But why do you need to build the thing from scratch? You should be able to design it from scratch. They should ask you something. You should be able to design it in your head from scratch. At the end of the day, even before AI is a whole lot of googling. Even if they're like design me a REST API, the whole time I have the docs open for whatever framework I'm using just to make sure I'm writing it correctly. Let's see if this actually works here. Damn, that actually works. Let's see if it's submit. Holy. Okay, I need to understand this code right now. But AI can help a lot with it, honestly. With the like building the design docs and stuff. I use AI heavily in order to draft design docs. Yeah, everything is still there. Like somebody who's really good at front end and understands front end is gonna build a way better UI than someone who like doesn't know front end and is just spamming the AI. That's my opinion. Yeah, vibe coding could get you 80% of the way, but I get the AI to review my code also. But then I'll review it as well. But the AI usually gives pretty good reviews as well. Did you do a binary search on yours, Alpha, in order to get it to work? Cyclops, what's up? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish this one. I have to upsolve this one. Got folded on a LIS. Let's see the level of this question. The heck? Not too bad, 1800. Yo, who you got an onsite for? Yeah, he's above my rating, not gonna lie. Woo! BNB. Good thing I didn't do this contest. I would have got it cooked. What kind of questions is Airbnb gonna ask? Is that what they said? They're gonna ask LeetCode style questions? That's interesting. Where's LeetCode, man? What is this? Oh, this kind of sick. Damn, there's so many questions that just keep coming up. Because there's so many contests. Chat, like if you're into competitive programming, there's unlimited questions for you to do. Look at this. There's just unlimited questions, unlimited headache. Yeah, see what the people try to do. Yeah, I think I need to take a quick break and just make sure that I can. I need to grab some fruits and I'll be back and we're gonna try to upsolve. Let's see. Bro, I don't want to get in. I don't want to. I don't want this guy to come after me, man. The site is bad, bro. I know the site is. The site is bad. I don't want to. I don't want to kick him while he's down. It's cap, bro. It's lies, man. Yo, chat. Somebody's like the PK codes guy. He wants to do an interview on me, so I have to review the questions. I need to see if I want to answer these questions. That's what he's asking. Let's see. Can I add comments? I don't want to talk about interview experience. Okay. Don't want to talk about interview experience because NDA. Just go on LeetCode. That's the best way to see. Okay, I'm gonna switch this to a study stream. We're gonna mine. Not that many. Probably a couple hours a day maximum. I need to basically filter this list for things I want to talk about. 1092. Then we're gonna study some code forces. Okay, let's look at this. Things that what do I want to talk about? What do I not want to talk about? Don't want to talk about interview experience, NDA. Did you have a particular project or skill that helped you get in? Not really, honestly. It's just I feel like particular project or skill is more related to actually just getting an interview. Like this. Hmm. Meta interview. Don't don't want to talk about chat. Which one of these questions do you actually want me to answer, and or which one should I not talk about? Don't want to talk about interview experience because that's NDA. Did you get a particular project or job or skill? I mean, I would say this is. Did you have a particular project or skill that helped you get in? This is probably helped you land the interview. But not actually. Let me just actually open up Google Docs here. What does your typical day look like for you at Meta? Do I want to talk about this? All right, let's just make questions I can actually answer, or I actually feel comfortable talking about. Yeah, day in a life is fine, but talking about like my team culture, I don't know. Can you walk? Not really. Dude, ads is crazy. I seen some guy. Thanks for the hearts. I seen some guy. So funny. He said at Meta he was 996ing and taking Adderalls every day. Some guy said that. Some guy was saying he's taking Adderalls every day just to perform. I was like, and now he gives advice to people who want to do well in their career. I'm like, why would anyone listen to you, bro? Like, why would we listen to someone taking Adderall every day to do it? Like abusing drugs in order to like the person doesn't have ADHD. They said they're taking it just to actually get by. I'm like, bro. Like if you have it, it makes sense, but if you're abusing drugs just to perform well at your job, like and then you give advice on how to do well your job, it doesn't make zero sense. Nah, it's just that's like that's like me. Let me pull up the thing. It's this guy. You can find him. Yeah. So this guy, EC Zackley. EC exactly. I don't even know. EC exactly. Google, man. So he runs a website called Engineering IO. Y'all know this guy? Yeah, so this guy, he runs Data Expert IO. So yeah, he basically said his work hours at Meta was he works from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Menlo Park Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the startup. Then he'd work 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the startup on Saturday and Sunday. Then he was, yeah, and he would take Sunday off occasionally. So, and he's just like, God bless you, Adderall. So, I don't know. He's lying? Alpha, bro, you're doing the same thing. You kind of, like, not gonna lie, I probably work 7 hours every Saturday and Sunday as well. But I wouldn't work past 5 p.m. on my job. I'll go, like, I'll work from 5 p.m. like this. That. Then I'd go hit the gym from 5 to 7, gym. 7 to 10, then I'll, like, work on projects. Then from here, then I'll do this. I've never tried CSES yet, but just start doing code forces right away. This is typical. Bro, I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about meta the whole time. Let's see. Let me think about this. Yeah, low key. I don't know. He just asked me, so I think I want to give general advice. No, I'm not talking about that. Pluto, what's up? If you could describe meta in one emoji, which would it be? What's your favorite perk? No, I can't touch that. Okay, these are the ones I can answer. Yeah, I'd rather talk about working at early stage companies and then transitioning to the bigger stage. Like, because I pretty much worked at early stage, Series A, Series B, then I moved up to like unicorn, and then now I'd rather talk about that than straight up meta. That is like using that is like a company appearance. Like I can't. I'm not like a. I'm not like a company speaker. Like I'm not like a. I'll talk about myself. Better. I'm just gonna send him this. I can't really talk. Yo, chat. What should I talk about? He just wants to interview me, kind of thing. But he wanted to ask me more about meta, and I was like, I don't know. Nah, this is a guy PK codes. PK codes. He like kind of he did one like a mock coding interview on because me. If so, I don't know. What should I talk about? What would y'all want to hear in like a Q&A? We're about to do some code forces right after this. Yo, Alpha, what questions are you gonna ask me? What should I study? Thanks, bro. Took a look at the questions. Germ, what's up? I didn't do the contest, man. But I would have solved only 2 out of 4 if I did the contest, cause I tried it after. So first one is just simple question. Second is binary search. Third one is some bit manipulation. What would I do if I was not an elite engineer? Dude, I'd just try to do whatever it takes to get money. What would I do? No, I wouldn't. I couldn't. I didn't want to be a doctor. The Me and Germ were taking biology together. We were both like trying to become doctors at one point, and quickly we are like, hell nah. I just don't like the. I just didn't like the labs. Yeah, I'm 75K. 75. That's 75K. I would have only made 75 grand off that. I don't know. CJ cut my Wi-Fi. All right, y'all, you tell me, is that site bad or not? Just be honest. Is the site good or no? Nah, if it takes me so basically if I could solve a question, if it takes me an if I solve a question an hour, I'm getting paid $100 an hour. I don't think I think Meta and stuff pay more than $100 an hour. Yeah. Okay, that's different. And I'll be working on my own time. Maybe I'd do it. It depends on it. I would do that right now. 100% I would do that right now. And if you'd solve like 10 easies, if they're all easies, what do you mean? What is the meta for code forces? Yo, Alpha, what are we? So what are the topics we could do? Advanced DSA, or like advanced Python? What's advanced Python? Alpha, this is what we're thinking of covering tomorrow. I'll research it. Like if you just let me know the general direction, then I'll do research and we could test it. But like, let's see. Yeah, I can research that. I'll just do some research. Alpha, I'll just do some studying tonight then on those topics. I'll study some Python. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spend some time going through the Python roadmap today then. Let's make sure I understand. Just so I don't get caught off guard with anything. Sampler profiler. Yeah, maybe I'll just spend some time going through this today. Like, have you met Mark Zuckerberg? No, I haven't met Mark Zuckerberg yet. Dude, how do you turn this thing into dark mode, man? Like, yo, bonuses are gonna be so nice. I can't wait. I'm going straight to Europe. What do you mean generics in type Python? Is there even such thing as generics? I don't think there's generics in Python the same way that there's generics in like TypeScript. Like you'll need to import like a specific typing library. Yeah, there's like there's a different dunder methods like equals or less than. And then you could just like if I create a bunch of objects and then I want to be able to check if an object is less than the other, I need to implement that less than or otherwise it will throw. All right. Um let's just practice. Let's just practice with We're just gonna build some data structures. What are some? Let's build. Let's build. Let's build a linked list, a DLL. Code 4K. What's up? Well, let's build something interesting. Alpha, what did you mean by generics in Python? Were you talking about like the typing? Paul, what's up? Yeah, because they use duck typing, Alpha. So Python uses, yeah, they use duck typing. So as long as it has all the variables, it has all the properties, it doesn't matter what that like what you pass in. Paul's toxic. Empty houses are people on vacation. Is that an actual product right now? Fix my green screen. Damn. How to get into meta? I don't know. Luck. Alpha for what? I feel like what you just mentioned comes under the hood with, or just comes automatically with Python because they use duck typing. Like when you talk about you could just pass in anything and it doesn't need to be a specific type. Unless something, I don't know, that doesn't really feel like a good practice to pass to like have a constructor and pass in. If you want an array with a custom sort implementation where you need to pass in a custom sort, you'll probably do something like this. Class. So you're gonna have a type of class element. Then you'll need to initialize like less than and equal to. And it'll be like Like a dot. I feel like you only need to implement one of them. Because the other one could be derived. And then when you do like, let's do 10 to -1, -1. Makes sense. How to print an object in Python. Yeah, represent. Honestly, I've the one thing though is I've never actually. I only did probably 11 months of production Python code in my life. It's mostly just DSA. So the whatever I do, like it might not be best practices, but so what if we wanted to sort by like evens? Evens is lower. Okay. I use hack, yeah, but like even. So I did for my first 3 years I used TypeScript and JavaScript. Then I did like backend, but honestly I just AI generate a lot of the code these days. But I could do Python. I would probably say is what I know more about Python. I know a bit more about Python, but mostly for. But look, let's say low evens is lower than odds. Odds odds is lower. So then we say odds evens are greater than odds. If I want to say, if I want to put all the evens is less than odds. Put evens at the front. I'll do mod 2. Do this. It's a stable sort. Everything kind of. Yeah, alpha. I think all we need to do is something like this. Custom comparator and then else. Like you just need to define. What if I want to do it by itself? Yo, I'm just like practicing a little bit of Python. Yeah. Sounds good, bro. I'll just do some studying then. Can you let me know? Got you, bro. Yeah, implementing LT is sufficient. Yeah, it's a stable sort. So alternating with key. Okay, what if I wanted to sort by Okay, chat, I'm gonna take a little break because we've just been going for 3 hours straight. Oh, we got a contest later too. Wait, let me see. Need to take a quick break, then we're gonna work through some of this. I need to get like some fruits or something. Actually, chat. We'll be live on. We'll be back live later. I'll catch y'all in the next stream. We're gonna be back live tonight, and we're gonna grind because we're gonna do that. I'll probably debrief after the coding competition, the weekly. But thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we'll probably try to upsolve more questions later. Catch y'all 6:30 PST. Have a good night. If you're gonna go to sleep. Pause. All right. Catch you.
This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and my chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode, 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 LeetCode, beast mode. This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and my chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode.